the third video in this interesting series, and today I'll make this iconic cult Peacemaker, also known as a Colt Single Action Army. Basically the cult. When you hear revolver, you probably think of this one. But anyway, let's begin. And I'ma be honest with you, I didn't film any modeling footage. But hey, I just reinstalled Windows on my PC. It's not my fault. So you're gonna look at the beauty of Red Dead Redemption while I rant about the process of me making the model. Let's start with the references. Mainly I use Red Dead Redemption 2 and vids from this fun fella. And you know, I genuinely like how models in Red Dead Redemption 2 look. They look so good, yet so simple. They are the perfect spot of being optimized and looking sharp. So I tried to replicate this feeling in my model, or at least incorporate it with my own style. In the previous video I have talked about changing my workflow, because I haven't used AC maps or normal maps anywhere. But they are, the thing, the magic that brings low poly models to level of details which can't be matched with the same number of polygons. So I wanted to level up my models by using those techniques. To put it simply, to make a normal map you need a low poly model and a high poly model. Some people like to go from high to low, but others go the other way around. But I like to go from simple shapes to more complex ones. So I like to start from the block out, just to see the general shapes and figure out the dimensions of my model. Next up, I do the low poly model, and then add small details and sub-D, thus creating the high poly version. Then I just need to unwrap the low poly model, no UV unwrapping for high poly needed, and just press the Bake Normal Map button. What an tarnation! So I got some weird artifacts with this thing, and I tried many things to fix it, checked normals, checked the baking settings, and many things. And I have no idea why that happened. So if you can explain or just give me a step-by-step guide on how to bake normal maps, please do that in the comments. By the way, can Marmoset improve the situation or not? But I'm not quitting empty-handed, so I made a mid-poly model from a high-poly model to bake a AC texture which will add a layer of realism and, elevate the quality of the model. And after some tinkering, I bake this thing. Why did I make the mid-poly model and not just bake from high to low poly? IDK, but I just thought that the low poly model looked too low detail. And yeah, I intended to use it, but it would have worked with a normal map. That would cover all the low detail. Anyway, after I made my AC map, I exported my model to Mixer and got to texturing. The AC map was somewhat useful, but not as useful as the normal map would. But I'm not mad. Why would I be? Huh? Anyway, after some time, with not so many problems, except for some reason I had these bits of wooden texture on the barrel of the gun, probably some incorrect ID map packing, but anyway, the model is done. In the description you can find a link to my Sketchfab, where I post my models, and the models for this series are posted here a few days before I upload a video on YouTube, so you can get some insight. Well, that was a third video in this series, so the next one will be something different. But that's it for today. Like, subscribe, and bye bye.